Namaste everyone. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to call this blog. It's kind of all over the place talking about different topics. So, for those of you listening, maybe you could take something out of these different topics that I'm going to talk about, because it's just so much has been going on for me, you know, these past days, and ever since Saturn has gone into Capricorn, it's been very relevant that he has changed signs. Okay, now a lot of you know that Capricorn is falling in my third house of mind, of communication, of siblings, and having Saturn there in Capricorn in my third house, which is very serious for me, because Capricorn, it's a very serious sign, and when it's in the third house, you communicate in a very serious tone. Okay, I also have Mercury there, so I express myself and I communicate in a very, you know, serious manner. Like, my voice is very stern, it's very serious, you know, you rarely see me laughing. So also the third house has to do with nervous system, you know, with your autonomic system, with how you react, your fight or flight response. So I've been getting a lot of flight or flight responses these days, and a lot of adrenaline rush, and I was like, why? And it just happened December the 22nd, which is when Saturn went into Capricorn. So if I didn't know anything about astrology, I would have guessed that, you know, something was, you know, really wrong with me, and it's just that the third house has been activated for me. Another thing that I had in mind all these days was learning how to read music, because I don't know how to read music. I know how to play it, I know how to, you know, play it by ear, but I don't know how to read it, and I've always wanted to read it. And part of the problem why I never went to class was because I had difficulty articulating what the teacher was telling me. You know, like when they would explain, you know, notes, I was fine, but then when it got harder, I had a hard time staying there, you know, because I was so caught up in the music that I couldn't really understand what they were saying. You know, after that, like, I would just miss it all. So I said, you know what, I just need to get out of here, you know, because it just got me anxious. So one of the things that I want to do, you know, with the Saturn, you know, going into Capricorn, is probably take music lessons at my own pace online. You know, that's one of the things I want to do. But another topic that I wanted to bring up in this video is the creative process. Now, the creative process, man, I've been wanting to, you know, record my whole entire album, you know, and release it sometime next year. I've already written like about 12 songs, but I'm still structuring them and tweaking them, and I haven't recorded them. I've only recorded like about 3 songs, okay, including Here Comes the Rain, which you guys already saw it because it's already been released, and I would record another one the other day, and it came out great. It's just piano, it's just instrumental, but I've been doing this song lately, and I don't want to release it, but I'm going to show you a little snippet of it, you know, later on, because I just want to show you, for the sake of this video, how the Kundalini works. Okay. Now, a lot of people have always asked me, you know, why don't you ever do like a concert, you know, for people? Why don't you sing and play piano? We want to hear you. Like, we want you to have a concert, you know, so people could see you, you know, do that. And I'm like, I love to, but there's a problem. Every time I play the piano, I get so caught up on it that I feel like I'm going to combust. I feel like I'm on fire. Like, after 20 minutes, I feel like so much current is going through my spine that I'm gonna pass out. And if I don't stop, then, you know, I'm going to pass out. So I was watching the other day a Yanni video, you know, Yanni the pianist, and he was talking about the creative process, about how, you know, how a song is formed. And there's something that struck me that he said that at the ending of the video is that the creative process comes and goes. Okay, when he started a song, it came out, you know, in just 1 minute, in 1 day, but then he had to stop, and then he didn't know what else to do. Okay, but then after that, he said if he continued, he would, you know, combust. So I kind of relate to that. I was like, wow, you know, I guess I'm not the only artist out there that feels this way, especially when you're creative, you know, when you're creating, because the creative process is a very destructive process, you know, like you create something out of agony, out of expression, out of self-expression. So when I'm creating the music, I'm actually channeling something that I'm feeling, that I'm thinking about, you know, in order to release it and just let me be, you know, leave me alone kind of thing. So this next clip I'm going to show you is when I was yesterday I was sending this to my cousin so he could see, you know, what you feel inside, what self-expression, you know, what channeling this energy could actually produce. Okay, I've been working on the winter sun's ending, and I'm brainstorming with something like this. Nice, huh? Kind of like, wow, I can't believe I actually created this, you know, which is actually the ending of one of my songs. But I was actually waiting for that to happen. But it happened and I just channeled it, you know. And I actually wanted to share this with you guys. But it's incredible. I'm trying to see how I can actually sit on a piano, channel voice, and, you know, be around people and not screw up. Because, you know, musicians do screw up. You know, I was watching one of Yanni's concerts, and he actually has a backup keyboardist that catches him, you know, every time he falls off the keyboard. So, you know, I'm not really wary about that, you know, about messing up in front of people. What I'm worried about is catching on fire, you know. And after I do the piano thing, after I do, you know, music, after I do music, I have to go outside and walk barefoot for at least 40 minutes. Okay. Now, after 20 minutes of piano, I have to go walk outside and do, you know, 40 minutes of grounding, you know, and also showering, having that water splashing on me, you know, especially warm, kind of, you know, brings me present. So I was kind of wondering, you know, how does Alicia Keys and other pianists do this, you know, especially Alicia, because she sings and, you know, plays the piano at the same time. And I realized that not too many people do this. Not too many people play the piano like Sarah McLachlan and sing. Not too many. Usually you're just a vocalist, you know, you hear them singing. I could do that. I've performed many times, you know, being a vocalist. That's fine, you know. I do feel a little currency around my body, but I don't really, it's not to that extent, you know what I mean? But with the piano, I'm, you know, channeling two hands, you know, channeling the she through my hands and channeling through my voice. It's very, very difficult. Plus the pedal on the bottom is like, woo! Feels like I'm getting on fire. Okay, but I hope that by the ending of this Saturn transiting Capricorn thing, the 2 year, you know, the 2.5 year, I hope I am able to, I guess, you know, master this technique of channeling the Kundalini energy through my body and being able to, you know, give something of value to people, because it really, you have no value, you're really not giving anything of value, you know, when you're performing and you just can't, you know, you can't handle it, you know, so you have to be able to handle it. I think the only way for now I could, you know, give people valuable music is just, you know, recording it, pre-recording it, you know, and just set it up on a value. But I really do want to perform. So I think that this is going to be my challenge for the, you know, for Saturn going into Capricorn. Okay, so I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but I hope you got some information on it. You know, maybe I'm not the only one out there, but I always wonder, do artists have the same issue that I do? Okay, if you do, well then leave me a comment. I would definitely love to hear it.